Unfortunately, that's not included according to what I understood from the language. So yeah.
Yeah. So the bill is actually over 100 pages, so it's going to take us a while to read everything. Yeah. So I will, as more news develop, and we don't know if the House is going to make any changes. Right now, it's in the House, so this is not final at all. There may be changes made today or tomorrow, and but so far, yeah, people who even if undocumented people have been paying taxes all these years, but they've done them with an IT number, a individual taxpayer identification number, which is similar to a social security number, but just for purposes of paying taxes, they won't qualify for this stimulus packet. So the $1,200 or so that the government is thinking of sending to individuals who seek that those benefits, they will not qualify. So there's a lot of requirements that will make the majority of undocumented immigrants, even if they have been paying taxes diligently every single year, ineligible for any kind of benefit from the federal government. So it is, again, not set in stone. So if we come across any other information, or things change, I'm sure Carla will share that information. I'll share that information. I know some of the questions that you guys asked, maybe I wasn't able to answer them the way that you wished I could answer them. So my suggestion is this: if you really are not sure if you qualify for unemployment benefits, the best thing you can do is contact the EDD, the department in charge of determining who qualifies for an employment benefit in your state. So in this case, in California, it will be EDD. Contact that department and determine, ask if you qualify, because every state has different rules, and some states are more generous than others. So in some states, maybe there are other groups of undocumented immigrants that do qualify for unemployment benefits that they wouldn't qualify in X state. So it is very important that you contact the right agency to determine whether you're eligible. I'm going to do my research on California to make sure that the question that the person asked about having a social security but not having a work permit, I'm going to research that question because I'm not 100% sure on the answer, and I'm really sorry. But again, I don't do employment law. I did study that, but it's been a while, and I don't practice that area of law. So let me look into that, and I will share that information.
So again, a lot of the questions in regards specifically to the stimulus package, we simply don't know. For example, at least I don't know. Like, for example, will it be like, in regards to the stimulus, will it be like 2001, where American citizens married to undocumented people didn't get a check, even while being citizens themselves? I don't know that answer. I'm so sorry. I need to, again, read the bill in its entirety. Honestly, I will read the one that is current right now, but if it changes, we need to read it all over again. But unfortunately, this is for Jessica. Like, I don't have the answer. I am not sure. I don't know if Lisbeth has like more updated information on that.
I don't remember seeing that restriction in this bill, but it is going to the House. So whatever version we have right now is not set on stone. It could change. We could get a surprise, and maybe a miracle happens, and certain undocumented people are included in the stimulus packet. I don't know the answer to that. What I would say is that as soon as the bill is final, I will do everything I can to, read through the whole bill, make a list of, who qualifies, who doesn't qualify. And if you guys have any other questions, we can always do another live next week once we have the final bill and answer the questions specifically to the stimulus packet. Right now, because it's not final, whatever we tell you right now is really not, it's not the final answer. So I hesitate to to make any comments as if they were fact at this point.
Mm-hmm. So just to summarize this, because I know a lot of people are like, very stressed, obviously, about the situation. So far, if you have a valid work permit, that means DACA recipient. That means people with a U visa in their place, and you have a work permit, TPS, asylum, whatever other variation of benefit that you apply to, you can for now apply for unemployment depending on your state and depending if you are even eligible in their own standards of work. So the link, I can provide that with you as well. Just let me know. And in terms of the stimulus packet, short answer is that we're still need to study that bill, exactly what happens, and and to see what experts in the field have to say about it, and interpret the language and etc. So we don't know for sure, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. And in public charge, everything that is related, or mostly everything that is related to COVID-19, and if you need treatment or whatnot, then that should be waived from the public charge. As Lisbeth said, it shouldn't, but then again, immigration right now is very iffy, so who knows? But we'll keep you updated. But yeah. So I know I have other questions that are not per se related to these topics. I'm just gonna throw the ball to Lisbeth. Do you have capacity? I mean, there's questions that are pretty let me see. I'm sorry. Okay. So I know, people are telling off ICE on the comments, and this is the place that you can definitely F the finger to. This is the place. So, for example, just to answer Abuelitos Soy Tu Nieta comment, it's just this person is asking that they're married to a U.S. citizen and their DACA recipients, can they adjust status? That is a very vague question. So it honestly depends on your case. So, just a heads up, this is not a consultation. It's so you need to go to Lisbeth right here, or another immigration attorney, for your case specifically. So just because you're a DACA recipient and just because you're married to a U.S. citizen, it does not mean that you're going to be eligible, unfortunately, to apply. So just you have to go in, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but you do need to do extra research for that. Yeah.
Yeah, every case is different. Even if you think you have exactly, the exact same case as your friend or your neighbor, every case is different. And so in order to determine whether you're eligible, an attorney needs to review your immigration and your criminal background, your immigration and criminal history, determine whether there are any issues within your case that will prevent you from being able to adjust, whether you can adjust in this country and not leave, or whether you will have to leave and go to the consulate in your country, the U.S. consulate in your country, in order to seek a green card. So the process is very different for different folks. So my suggestion will be do a consultation, a full consultation with an attorney that can review your case and tell you whether you are actually eligible and what will be the steps, what are the next steps for you to take in order to adjust your status. I'm happy to answer general questions. There are specific questions for many reasons I'm not able to answer, but yeah, the short answer is seek a consultation. That is also a consultation that's going to be confidential, because you don't want everyone reading or hearing about your immigration history. So it's very important that you do that.
And also answering the question of Cesar Nopales, he has an appointment on April 14th for biometrics. Do you think they will delay our appointment with USCIS? Who knows, Cesar? Because, USCIS is supposed to be closed until April 1st, but last night they actually said that they will extend it to April 7th due to the pandemic. So technically, they're supposed to be open by the 14th as of now. But who knows if next week they're gonna say that they're gonna extend the closure just depends on how how the government controls the pandemic. So who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, everything is very fluid with immigration, and a lot of the updates that we're getting is through Twitter. So not even through the website of the different agencies that deal with immigration, but through Twitter. So just stay, keep checking, stay up to date, keep asking questions. There's a lot of forums, there's a lot of information that we can share, and but just do your research. Unfortunately, that's all we can do right now.
Yeah, and to Mike JCH, any DACA financial aid to renew work permit? Well, okay, so I do have, if you go to my highlights, if you go to my page and then you click on highlight, well, if you look at the little bubbles of highlights, and if you scroll to the left or the right, you're gonna see a little bubble that says DACA renewals. You click on it, and then there's a list of organizations that are supposed to be providing help for DACA. They might have run out of money, who knows? But I mean, you don't lose anything calling them up and asking them. So that's something. I know sometimes Chirla does that, but I mean, you have to show up at 6 a.m. in the morning. So good luck. And so I mean, United We Dream is supposed to do that too. United We Dream, but I mean, there's a list, so you should check out the list and just hope for the best. Yeah. So let's see, anything else? I think
Carla, if I can say something, if you're a DACA recipient and you need help with renewing your DACA, my office cannot provide the fees for the DACA renewal. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources for that. But if you do need help, I can, send me a message. The first 3 people that send me a message and you tell me that you need help, legal help, not the fees. I can't provide you the fees. But if you do have the fees and you just need an attorney to work on your case, review your case, I'm happy to do that. I won't charge you anything. I will represent you for free. So the first 3 people that message me will get free representation on your DACA renewal.
Also, please, Steph. Yes, the closures does include citizenship, ceremonies and interviews. They're closed right now. Closed. So if you show up, nobody will be there to greet you. So immigration will send you a letter telling you when they're going to reschedule it. So it's not like if it was tomorrow and then you're like, oh crap, it's gone forever. No, they will reschedule it. I mean, if they don't, then you call them up and be like, yo, where is my interview? So, just keep on top of that. I heard that you can go to a private, okay, this is from Lace V. Sorry. I heard that you can go to a private institution like the police department to get your fingerprints since USCIS is closed. That is not true. Scam. A scam. Alert. It's a trap. They're no, that's not true. Yeah.
So there's a difference. So police departments do have a way to run your prints, but that's called a live scan. So that's basically for you to check your criminal record in the state of California. I think UPS and there are many other, sometimes like tax services also have a live scan service, but that is only to check certain, your record, your criminal record in the state of California. So that's a live scan. That's completely different from USCIS. USCIS has certain offices that they have designated for fingerprinting, for biometrics, where they take your picture and they take your prints. So those are the only places that you can go to for immigration biometrics. And USCIS has to send you a letter, an appointment letter, telling you when to go, what time to go, where to go. So that's the only place you can go.
So it says Ramirez again. So if you went for fingerprints, will there still be a delay in this case? Okay, so I mean, right now the USCIS office is in contact, person to person contact. They're closed due to the pandemic. As of right now, they're not closed as in they stopped working. So, I mean, there might be delays a little bit because of everything that is going on. Maybe they're cutting their hours, maybe they're working remotely, who knows? But this shouldn't be like if you already took your biometrics and you're just waiting and it's processing, then it should just go through the normal means unless something major occurs. But as of right now, I mean, honestly, with USCIS, whether there is a pandemic or not, just to be prepared for delays because of X reasons. So, I mean, at this point, honestly, all you can do is just wait.
Yeah, just to add to that, so the processing centers are still working as far as we know. Those are not places that are open to the public. I'm sure they are taking certain precautions with their employees, but USIS is still receiving applications. So if you want to apply, you can apply, you can file those applications. And they are still processing the cases if, biometrics have been taken, I guess. But yeah, it is possible that delays will happen. We just don't know yet.
And just to answer Luz Hernandez, this is, girl. Okay, so this is in regards to un castigo. So if someone leaves to Mexico voluntarily, does the 10-year castigo count right away when you leave, or is it until someone petitions them to the 10 years start? Luz, if someone triggers a ban, like el castigo or whatever you want to call it, once they step out of United States soil. But specifically for any type of these questions of like inadmissibility and stuff like that, like that's something that you should talk to an immigration attorney because again, like Lisbeth said, it varies from case to case,
Yeah, the 10-year bar is essentially triggered when someone has been living in this country for 1 year or more without immigration status and then leaves the country. But if you have multiple entries, if you have been living here for less than 6 months, it's different. So yeah, it varies. The 10-year bar again does apply for people who have lived without immigration status for more than 1 year. For 1 year or more in the U.S. and then leave the country.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, for there's a repeat of questions. If you came in late to the live stream, do not fear. This will be saved and this will be there, here on this platform for 24 hours. So if you missed the live or you came in late, your question is answered because I just see some of them that are repeats. Just listen through the whole live. And yeah, so I will also make a little document with most common questions just so you can scroll through. But yeah, so this I will also try. I mean, I'm not the most technologically efficient person. That would be my friend Justino, but not me, la Carla. But I will definitely find a way to record all this and then put it as a post tomorrow. So just give me a day to figure things out. So yeah, so any last and then before first Lisbeth, any last comments, Lisbeth, or anything that you want to share?
If you guys have any additional questions or something wasn't very clear, you can always message me and I'll try to answer the question the best way I can. There's a lot of questions that you may have that are very general that I may not be able to answer, and it's very specific to your situation. But feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook. Feel free to email me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have to the best of my abilities. Yeah.
So if you go to my stories, you will see Lisbeth tagged, a lot of times at Mateo_law. So if you don't know, just message me and I will send you her Instagram link so you can hit her up. We're all super poor right now. So if you have the means, follow Lisbeth, but I mean, and if you need any legal help, I mean, she's definitely the person to talk to. I do want to thank you, Lisbeth, for doing this and for taking the time to, answer all these questions from all these people. And thank you for being here, everybody. Again, Lisbeth is at Mateo_law. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on the Twitter. You can find her on the Facebook. I mean, you can find her. Oh, and if you go to my highlights, okay, if you go to my highlights and then you again slide with your finger, you're gonna see a little bubble that says immigration attorneys, and also Lisbeth's phone, office phone. It's right there, so you can call her up. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no problem. And also,